And welcome back everyone to game number 3 here between FXOWhale and Infinity 7's FXCrazyMoving. We have them tied 1 apiece at the moment. ZVZ coming up on Cloud Kingdom. As we jump straight into it, we have Whale up here at the north. It is going to be our Red Zerg going for a hatch first. Did not work out for him last game, but looks like he's going to get away with it this time because we have FXCrazyMoving down here at the bottom left as our Teal Zerg, and he's going to be going for the same thing. So Whale did a really impressive defense both games. However, the Baneling follow-up that FXCrazyMoving decided to go for, which is extremely all-in, by the way, just managed to catch him in the end. But it really came down to the only reason it happened was because Whale actually cancelled his gas geyser. And honestly, I think if he kept that gas geyser open, he would have been able to plant a Baneling nest and be fine. Because he had the minerals, he had the work account, he had the Zerglings there, he just needed some way to deal with those Banelings. So let's see if what happens this game. He is going for a gas and pull here afterwards. Very standard, both of them are doing the same thing. However, FXCrazyMoving's about 30 gas ahead, so that might turn into something later on when link speed becomes a factor. But either way, I think we're going to see a different type of ZVZ this time, because the last two were over really quickly.
Yeah, I mean, 10 pool twice in a row. Both players went for hash first because FXCrazyMoving does the double 10 pool and then into the macro game. Sometimes they'll make the other person nervous. They might do like a 14 pool or something like that because of it. But Whale completely called the bluff, and he's like, there's no way you're doing that 3 games in a row. He called shenanigans on it and went hatch first, and he was right. So he's slightly behind, but it's like just a little bit. He's got a drone ahead of FXCrazyMoving because of it. Well, half a drone. The timings of their stuff is so close that by the time either of them gets a clock across the map, it'll be even.
Yeah.
So for all intents and purposes, they're just completely even with just slightly different timings. And it'll really depend on what they do from here. Like if one of them skips the Banelings and tries to go straight away for roaches, or if one of them goes for the really quick lair. The big question mark will be if either of them tries to go for the Mutalisks. Some players just really like Mutas and ZVZ. I know Lenok is a good example. Just goes Mutas almost every single time. And other players really like to go into the Roaches and Infestor almost exclusively, so...
Yeah, that's very true. Alrighty, so we do have Spine Crawlers at the front for both these guys doing the same build. Whale's defensive posture is a little bit more aggressive here because you got the Spine Crawler a little bit earlier. To be expected when you're playing against someone who just wouldn't go to really aggressive builds over and over. Looking here, we do see Zerglings coming across the map for FXCrazyMoving. He hasn't seen anything other than the first drone scout, but he will be pushed away. His link speed is actually a little bit earlier. As we were talking about earlier, that 30 gas really just gave him, what, the 15 seconds he needed to get in here and see everything.
Oh, we got a drone. I didn't think you'd actually get a drone, but nice job there. And he is a little bit ahead on workers because he was cutting some corners after the initial grouping. So we see that it's 35 to 30 workers at the moment. He got another drone. Was that a drone?
Yes, it was.
No, that was a...
Oh, no.
No, he's only one drone down. It looked like it was the drone, but it wasn't.
Okay.
And so it's still just one drone killed, and we have a really fast layer from FXCrazyMoving with 3rd and 4th gas on the way. It looks like he's actually going to try and go for Mutas.
Yeah, it certainly does. We do see this Zerglings coming in now for Whale. He's going to do the same thing, but is he going to get blocked at the top of the ramp? No! He's going to get in here and see this lair timing, and he's going to go, oh, okay, you've got the extra gas. Fair enough. I'm going to take... That's not the reaction I expected. Oh, you're going to lair? Okay, I'll take a really greedy 3rd base. Fair enough. Looking at his vision, did he see the extra gas down it? Yeah, he did see the gas.
Yeah, he did.
For the natural.
He's starting his own lair. It'll be a little bit behind, but oh, FXCrazyMoving's actually going for a Roach Warren, not Mutas.
Oh, fair enough.
Interesting. Usually you'd get the Roach Warren a little bit sooner, so you can get the Roach speed started a little bit sooner.
He was just scouted as well, remember?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it's because he got scouted, and he just decided to switch out of the Mutas, which is a good decision, and something that a lot more players need to get into is the, like, switching out of your game plan when it gets scouted. I still see, like, a lot of good players, they get scouted, and they're like, well, I'm committed, and they just keep going anyway. So I like that switch from FXCrazyMoving. It's gonna give the little timing advantage he had on his lair is pretty much gonna go away, because the lair for Whale's gonna finish up right when his Roach Warren does.
Either way, this 3rd base is gonna go down here for Whale. For FXCrazyMoving. There's the cancel going down. Whale sent 4 Zerglings to defend his own and like actually lost the engagement 4-on-4, which I found kind of funny. But he's also come in and canceled the 3rd hatch down here. He's getting into the main base yet again, getting a full scout of what's going on. He sees the Roach Warren. He's getting his own infestation pit, his own roaches out on the way as well. These guys are fairly even right now, 52 to 48 in the worker count, but Whale has his third base, and this is going to be the reaction, like, this is what is going to make it swing into Whale's favor here. He's got the infestation pit on the way already. There is, unless I missed it, there is none for Crazy Moving. No, there's no infestation pit at all. So this is actually going to be quite interesting. There's nothing really Crazy Moving can do right now to really stop this.
This is really difficult for Crazy Moving, because at this point, he knows that he has a third base and his opponent doesn't.
And he's going to lose his third base again.
He's going to scout it again. There is a Baneling here, so he has to be a little bit careful. But if he can dodge these Banelings, nice job. That Baneling only got 2 Zerglings. That's exactly what he needed. He will be able to defend the third base, but what I was going to say, what some Zerg players would do right now is just produce roaches out of the 2 hatcheries and use the third one for drones, just because they know they'd be able to stay even by doing that and just pull really far ahead economically. Whale isn't quite doing that. He's just making lots and lots of roaches. So he's going to try and pull ahead of Crazy Moving with that extra little bit of larva and a little bit of extra economy.
Well, he's seen these roaches move out here by Crazy Moving on the left. He's now moving his to defend this as well. Crazy Moving's roach speed has kicked in. Whale's is about to as well.
Counterattack.
And we do see
at the same time.
Yeah, it is going to be slaughtered though, and he's at the bottom of this ramp, remember. He's going up. Not the best idea. Whale actually anticipated it, actually catching him off guard by coming down early, and now it gets a couple of roach kills. Looking at it, both of these guys do have +1 here, remember. So it's going to come down to... Oh, we do see the Zerglings being picked off by a couple of the roaches on the right-hand side.
That means if you were... Yeah, the Zerglings aren't quite as effective anymore now that they both have +1, because that means that they will two-shot the Zerglings. So a couple of the Zerglings that Whale has either need to turn into Banelings or just stay mobile on the map. But they're not really going to do much in attacking things at this point. They're both going for +2/+2 at the same time, but Whale is getting Burrow. And once again, I'm showing things off of my cursor when you can't see it. I got to stop doing that. And that'll help him out a lot in this upcoming fight, because it's only 20 in-game seconds away from finishing. Whale is deciding to make another infestation pit. Did he cancel the first one?
Well, we either both missed the attack that actually killed it, or he cancelled it. So yeah, it was actually pretty much done as well. But Whale coming into the third base at the moment. Maybe he just wanted the extra resources, but he's crushing through this roach force here for Crazy Moving. The roach count severely in favor of Whale here at the moment. He's actually borrowed them as well to get some health back, but there's a Baneling that's sitting right on top of a lot of them.
There's only really one that's hurt while he's doing that. So he could pop the rest of them back up. There's that one Baneling does a little bit of damage, but he could be cycling some of the burrows, the burrow micro, but he's not choosing to do it. He's just pure brute forcing his way through. And it's not quite going to work because he's right there next to the hatchery. Crazy Moving is reinforcing, so Whale is forced to turn around, but this is a much better use of the burrow micro. He's backed off. He's going to heal up a little bit. More reinforcements are coming in. Crazy Moving will come forward, but there's more roaches here. He's got to be really careful he doesn't get flanked.
Yeah, looking at the roach count, it's 30 to 24 in favor of Whale, but he's actually on the other side of the map. Remember, he's actually coming into the natural now. He's going to be able to pick off the queens. Queens really important in this stage of the game. Oh, there we go. I was going to say, if he runs right past it, if he runs past it, that's very unfortunate. He's going to lose the second queen here as well. He might actually target... Whoa, that's the worst positioning I've ever seen when he's trying to take down a queen.
What is he doing?
I don't know. He's wanting to lose? No, he's waiting for the
He could have killed the queen, or he could have killed the infestation pit, or he could have gone after the drones, but he went into the drone line and tried to kill the queen, which is like, that's not gonna work.
Well, he also came into the natural, targeted that Evo chamber, and then backed off. He could have finished that off, actually. He could have done quite a lot more than he did.
Drones. And he's trying to get that queen. It will finally go down, I think.
So yeah, like that was well done. Like it was okay done by Whale. I was about to say well done, but no, because there was quite a few things he could have done a lot better there. He could have gotten the queen. He could have gotten the infestation pit and the Evo chamber if he wanted to, because he still lost all his units anyway.
We got the queen and he got some drones in the process, so it wasn't bad. It's just like could have been better. They're both getting infestors now. Infestor energy about to finish up for Whale. Did he? Crazy Moving already get that? Yes, he did. And Crazy Moving is about to get Burrow of his own, so things are evening back out. Third base has been up for Crazy Moving for a little bit, but Whale has still had like almost 15 drones on Crazy Moving this entire time. This is one of the things that is really going to start getting out of control for Crazy Moving if he can't catch back up in this worker count.
Yeah, that's very true. Whale taking a fourth base now, though. Both of them do have infestors on the field. The infestor numbers are actually going to favor... Well, it's pretty dead even, actually, now that I look at it. But everything looks pretty even. Whale does have an extra 10 drones, and he's going to have this extra base, but that's pretty much the only difference. Now, Whale, looking at the vision for Whale, he sees the entire map. Switching back to FXOWhale, not as comprehensive, but it's still pretty damn good. So it's going to come down to the positions here. We do have Whale maxed out, so he's going to have to start making a move on it, unless he wants to start to let FXOWhale catch up. He's got a decent amount of bank. He's only got 200 gas though, so he's going into those upgrades as well. So we might be seeing him make a move.
Could start going for the Hive just so that he can get the +3 as well. Even if he doesn't really want to make any Hive tech units, that would be helpful for him at this point. But he really needs the gas from this 4th base, which is going to be finishing up here in a second. So I think once this finishes up and he gets the gas geyser on this rolling, he'll probably make his move. There is an Infestor hit squad moving through the center of the map, but it looks like he saw that. No, maybe he didn't. It looked like he was reacting to it. And this is going to get straight into the main base without Whale seeing it. He's going to be able to drop a bunch of infested Terrans. He's queuing them up now.
Yeah, he is. It's going to be all the energy out of those into infested Terrans. Whale is in a completely wrong position here, but there are no infestors. There's 2 infestors coming in from the north, but they're going to be picked off by the roaches here by Whale, as Whale is going to go home. That's probably not the best idea.
Yeah, that's an interesting decision. The spawning pool is going down, which is not the best focus fire from these. Now a lot of these are going to start timing out. He will get the layer. Okay, I was saying they're starting to time out, so I was afraid he might not have gotten the layer because of the fact that he focused the spawning pool, but does still go down. He might have wanted to get the infestation pit if it was going to be the layer in another building, because the spawning pool, I guess that stops him from rebuilding the layer, but he doesn't. He has all of his layer tech buildings still alive.
Well, the thing is, by the time Whale got back here, the infested Terrans were already dead, right? We got roaches coming into the natural here, though, at the same time. He's going to pick off a queen, probably going to get the queen in the main base as well. And that he is. But yeah, like I was saying, he lost all his tech anyway. He could have come up here. There was no infestors for FXOWhale at the top of the air, and Whale had quite a number of his infestors in his group, so he would have been able to bust through that top of that ramp and actually take out this hatchery if he wanted to. But now this has given FXOWhale the advantage. Whale does have this extra base on the left, but he can't start any new upgrades, really.
All the 2 hiding infestors just get caught in the natural expansion. He got 2 of them down there. Was waiting for them to have extra energy to try that again at the natural, but Whale caught them, and now he's checking for him because he's like, oh hey, those are still alive, aren't they? And he's got 2 more in the main base. Those are going to get caught here by the Overseer. Oh, there we go. That one's dead. The other one realizes he's soon to be gone for this world, drops some infested Terran eggs down into the 3rd base, but he's actually
gonna live.
Yeah, the queen is actually taking these out. If he pulls the queen back, it'll survive. Oh.
Well, he's actually distracted at the moment because down at the 4th base here, we do have an engagement. Infested Terrans did go down there for Whale, but at the same time, it looks like FXOWhave's realized that Whale does have the +1 armor here, upgrade here as well, so he can't really completely win a trade there. And we do see a hatchery going back up in the main. He really wants to get the rest of this gas coming down from that main base at the very least. So far a very even game between these 2 guys. Remember, the loser of this map gets knocked out of the tournament, so it does a lot on the line for it.
Yeah, FXOWmoving is actually trying to go up to Hive at the moment. He wants to get that +3 weapons upgrade and just give his roaches that little bit extra of advantage. He has, with these infestor attacks, brought the worker count back to even, and they're both maxed at supply. So their armies are pretty much dead even. If you look at the infestor count, there are 10 infestors versus 6. That's the advantage for Whale at the moment. But if we look at FXOWmoving's infestors, I only see 4 of them. Where are the other 2?
The other 2 are in the natural over here. They've snuck up next to the lair. So we've seen the lair being remade. And Whale's also making more and more infestors. So both of them are going to be on the same number of bases here at the moment. Still a very even game. Their banks are almost identical as well, except FXOWmoving does have a lot more gas, which is going to help him out a lot with this lair tech that's coming forward. Now remember that Whale doesn't have any kind of anti-air, so if he drops down a Spire at all, it will be very effective. We also see Spore Crawlers going down at the base,
Whale
4th base.
Positioning like he wants to move in and do something aggressive. He is scouting everything. He finds 2 Overlords out in the center of the map. He's going to drop some infested Terrans, and both of those will die.
Well, if he starts hunting down the Overlords, that'll actually work out quite well for him, because he's going to deny all of the division.
But the infested Terrans at the natural, actually taking out some workers once again, dropping Whale down to 46.
Ooh,
he's actually killed 30 workers this game, but what FXOWmoving is choosing to attack right now. That's not a best place to engage either.
No, that is a really bad spot to engage. At the same time, Whale has a group of roaches down here at the 3rd base for FXOWmoving. He's going to be able to take all of that.
Infested Terrans going down everywhere. I think that base is going to die unstable.
Well, it comes down to can Whale get back there in time. He's going to get that Spine Crawler. Does go down. At the same time, he's taking out the third base over here. He can drop burrow these roaches if he wants to, but he's going to lose them. He's going to save this base with some nice fungals. Is he going to catch the rest of these infestors? No, it doesn't look like he is. But now Whale has evened up the score a little bit because he's now got all of his hatcheries up and mining. The third base here for Crazy Moving was one of the less mined out bases in total. But Crazy Moving still has a massive gas lead, and he's got +3 halfway done. Whale is nowhere near close to getting that extra upgrade. But he has the infestor count. He's got 5 more infestors. If Whale can somehow come out and take out this hatchery, he can win the game right there, but he's just so preoccupied with all the random infestors left, right, and center from Crazy Moving. And with these extra upgrades coming out for Crazy Moving, this is going to give him a much better advantage in the actual fight. It's going to be which one does better, the better upgrades or the infestor fungals? It comes down to that. But it looks like Whale wants to end this now, as he is coming forward for this fourth base. If this fourth base dies, that's going to be it for Crazy Moving. He's got one more remax, and that's it.
In one really long, protracted fight, the upgrades will do better. But if it comes down to one big, decisive fight, which is what it looks like Whale is going for, then the fungals will trump. So he's trying to find a situation where he can force Crazy Moving to fight, and going after this fourth base is one of those situations.
Well, at the same time, there's also a run by into the natural in the main again. Does get a fungal.
The infestors from the high ground with his own infestors. Oh my god, that's all of those units are going to die. Now Whale can actually just swing straight into that fourth base and kill it.
Yeah, he can, because half of Crazy Moving's army isn't there. He just lost a lot of supply there as well. He's out of infestors. Whale's going to come in, and like we were saying, this one fight can actually end it. There's only a couple of infestors here coming forward. They actually fungled before they can do anything. They're actually going to go down as well. All the infestor count is just dropping like a stone here for Crazy Moving. It's 22 infestors to 2 right now, and he's just going to be able to keep these fungals at the top base. He's going to be able to take out the fourth one here for Crazy Moving as well. He is going to lose all of these roaches.
He's actually winning that little fight against that huge concave just because the massive amounts of fungals.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's ridiculous. He had so many less roaches fighting on that ramp, but the chain fungals just completely destroyed Crazy Moving. Crazy Moving still has a lot of money, but he's got no larva unstable, and that's a really big problem. Well, and now all of his units are dead.
Yeah, it's because Whale constantly kept sending burrowed units all the way through, so he just had no way to remax. Like, the bank here for him is so frustrating to look at because he has the GG out, and Whale will take down that next game, advancing into the final match to play against Illusion. So congratulations to him. That was a very unexpected ending. Those fungals from the high ground and the fact that Crazy Moving had no lava just ended the game right there. So we'll be right back with our final set for this match. For this group. Stay with us and we'll find out how it ends.